Just payback for Friday's lost time. What am I doing up this early? Good morning. It's been an early morning. It's 20 to 9 now and I've already done my run, had a shower and a shave, and now I'm gonna make some breakfast and get the work part of my day started. This morning I was listening to Break Business podcast on my run. Just to let you know. If you haven't checked it out yet, check it out. It's to me it's becoming one of the better music business, especially the DIY side and the underground side podcasts around there, so check it out. If you haven't and you're in that field, you should be listening to it all the time. Right, so it's Monday, another day started, another week started. I stayed up way too late last night and I was up way too early today, so we'll see how this day is gonna go. I was talking about that a few days ago. I put in my chin-up bar. And I haven't done chin-ups in about a 5-week break. Since we moved from the old house, I haven't done them because I had to take the chin-up bar down and I haven't got around to putting it up. And then there was the move, which the last thing I wanted to do was any extra exercise after lifting all the boxes. But I'm starting to get blisters in my hands. So I put it in on purpose with the bathroom door. So every time I go to the toilet, I'm gonna have to do at least a few. So there you go. That actually seems to be a very effective way of getting loads of them done. Now, time for some breakfast. Okay, as I said earlier on, I'm supposed to be songwriting right now, but a couple of things came up and I've been knee deep in a Sliotar booking duty for a whole morning. It's kind of crunch time for our summer tour, and at the very last minute there was a couple of changeovers that I wasn't aware of, so we have to shuffle some days around. It's looking okay. Some of the bigger gigs, or one of the bigger gigs, is still up in the air, which is always a worrying concept because we rely on those big gigs to make the tours financially in any way viable. Like, touring is expensive. If you have any band who's ever done it knows it's very, very expensive, and it's very hard to even break even on those tours. Yeah, we're confirmed we're going to be in Czech Republic and in Austria. Italy's still up in the air, but I'm hopeful that that's going to happen as well. If you know anybody in Germany in kind of mid-July looking for a band for a festival, we could possibly extend the tour that way. And then on the way back, the route takes us from Austria through Germany. But at the moment it looks like me and Ray are going to fly back, and Des is going to do the driving, which is usually the way he does. But again, if there's anybody knows any like reasonably well paid gigs, because the thing is that everybody turns around and is like, why don't you come and play in our pub and all that sort of stuff, and that's fine. We'd love to play everywhere, but if you're offering us like 200 euros when the hotel accommodation cost, 150 euros, and then on top of that petrol, like, we don't make anything out of it. So we can't do those shows losing money, because we have commitments here in Dublin. We have our residency here in Dublin with Sliotar, and then I have other session work. We all have little bits and bobs of other stuff. So if we're on the road, we need to at least break even with what we would have made here before it's worth a while staying on the road. So yeah, that's why I'm saying that if there's anybody in the beginning of August in kind of southern parts of Germany looking for a band for some more substantial gig, Sliotar will be around there, or can be around there, but you need to get them on the case of that in the next couple of weeks, otherwise everything's going to be booked. But I'm really happy the way it's looking at the moment, and I'm hopeful that all the blocks are going to go perfectly, and it'll be a good tour. I know I did a little bit of vlogging from last summer's tour, but this summer the camera's coming with me everywhere, so I'm looking forward to that a lot. But that'll be in July. Loads of stuff happening before that. So yeah, trying to get last of what I can do today out of it done, and then hopefully have time to concentrate on writing a song before later on in the session in the Porterhouse. So there you go. It's 12 o'clock now. this regards my second cup of coffee of the morning. So, talk to you later. This is like mind melting stuff during the book tour. When we booked our first tour, we just took whatever gigs we could, and realized very early on that there was a couple of times that we did like 8 hours drive and then a gig at the end of it, and the gigs just weren't like the band was too tired to perform properly, you know. It's the one thing if you have a driver, but even at that, like sitting 8 hours in a car, you're not going to be in your best form performing. So we kind of tried to keep our drives to very reasonable. So you're always going to have to look at where you are on the map, and then where's the next place you can be, what are the options of how far you can go, and it's tough. And this year there was some stuff supposed to be booked already in advance for us, but they weren't, and now I'm doing the work for that stuff, and it turns out for some of them I'm a little bit late, but what can you do? We make the best of what we can. It should be good though. It will be good. Positive thinking. It will be good.
There's a band that is hitting us. Cool. Let's go check it out one of these days.
In the first light of the dawn, I'm lying on the floor. I try to run out of the door, but my feet won't let me go. Why you have to be so cruel? Everything turned blue. I never thought that loving you was so hard to do.